I had loose motion, and the frequency of the motion started increasing day by day, and I saw blood in stool, and it continued for about 10 days, and that's when I decided that maybe it's something serious. It's just not an infection like how I thought it would be. So I went to the doctor, and he advised colonoscopy, and the result came out.
So you straight away went to the gastro.
Yes, I stayed.
And he advised you the
Yes.
colonoscopy.
I went to Dr. Seth only,
Okay.
and he advised me colonoscopy, and the results came, and I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And before this, I had no idea about what this is, and what happens in ulcerative colitis. And the doctor explained to me that it's an autoimmune disorder, and that it stays forever, and there is no cure for it. There was no cure for it back then, 2 years back, and that I had to take medicines all through my life, like how other patients of blood pressure or sugar taken. But symptoms were such that I was confined to home, and I was given a lot of steroids, because of which I gained a lot of weight, and my day-to-day life was suffering.
But after steroids, your bleeding stopped.
After steroids, the bleeding stopped, but I had to take a very heavy dose of steroids, like 40 mg. And because of that, obviously there was a lot of side effects. And the major one was weight gain, and because of which it led to depression. And it was a bad time back then, yes. And the number of times I was going reduced, but it was a painful experience. And I was taking the steroids, but every time I used to taper off, I used to get a relapse, and the bleeding would start again. So there was never a time when I was without the steroids.
Okay.
Every time the doctor used to prescribe me 3 months of steroids. So first month maybe 40 mg, and then it would reduce to 20, 10, and by the time I would reach to 5, I would get blood again in stool.
So you continued with the steroids?
It continued for almost 2 years. I continued with steroids for 2 years.
2 years.
Because I was...
And this was a steady dose of steroid, or was there any tapering?
I did taper in between, but
Okay.
I was never steroid free.
Okay.
And along with this, I took a lot of other medicines. I also tried alternative medicine like homeopathy, allopathy, Ayurvedic medicines actually, but nothing really worked. Even I went to the Ayurvedic doctor who was supposed to specialize in ulcerative colitis, but even his medicines didn't work for me. And for a year I was taking medicines, I did not know their names, nothing. I was hopeful that I would get cured, but nothing helped. So I switched back to allopathy. And
You
again,
stopped all the other medicines?
I stopped all the other medicines. I continued.
Alternative medicine?
Yes, all the alternative medicine like homeopathy and Ayurvedic medicines. Then I again went to Dr. Seth last year in December 2015, and that's when he told me about this procedure called FMT, stool transplant. And I had heard about it, I read about it, but he's the one who suggested, and he's the one who's the pioneer in this field. And he asked me to try it, and he said that this is the cure for ulcerative colitis, and it has worked with a lot of patients.
So did you think about the yucky part of the FMT? I mean, the handling of stool and someone else's stool going inside your body?
Yes, I did. When I first heard, I thought that...
How did you cope with it? Got over with this feeling?
When I heard about it, obviously the first thought was like, maybe I should try some other medicines, maybe I should not go for it. But then everybody around me, my family, my husband, my parents, in-laws, everybody was supportive, and they said, if this is the solution, then you must go for it.
Okay.
So then I was encouraged, and then I decided that it's better to go and get this done rather than to suffer, because I was not getting a remission.
Yeah. Okay.
So I decided to go for it.
Okay. And how did you find the donor for your stool? Were you looking straight away, thought about your family, or
I thought
outside
about
family?
my family, but then the doctor advised that it's better to for the donor to be somebody who's outside of the family, because if you're staying together, then the bacteria is the same, then it could be the same, because you eat the same kind of food and everything. So my music teacher, I learned music, and my music teacher, she had seen me suffer a lot. So she voluntarily agreed to be my donor, and she's a very positive person. So I think maybe her positivity also, added to the whole thing. And then she willingly agreed, and she said, I can help you, and she donated the stool.
Okay. So after hearing about FMT first time in December 2015, when did the FMT took place? Or in your case?
The procedure was done in March.
Okay.
And there were 3 sessions after an interval of every 2 weeks. So by April I was done, and I got the results almost immediately because I stopped my steroids in April, on 27th of April, I remember the date. I stopped my steroids, and that was the first time in those 2 years that I got steroid-free remission.
Okay.
And I'm fine now without the steroids. I'm doing well. I'm taking Azoran right now, but I'm going to taper it off. I'm going to stop Azoran also completely.
Okay.
So yes, it's been successful for me because this is steroid-free remission for me.
Alright, so you mean successful means that you are now bleeding free, no blood is coming?
There is no blood, and the frequency of stool is about 2 to 3 times a day, which is for any normal person.
Okay.
And I'm living my day-to-day life in a better way,
Okay.
and I feel good and very positive.
Alright.
Yes.
And what about your family? How supportive and how they helpful? The support you got from the family. So how it played a role in your getting back to the normal life?
My family played a very big role because obviously when I was...
You have a child?
Yes, I have a child, and when I was diagnosed, he was 10 months old.
Okay.
And with this kind of, the kind of symptoms I had and going to the loo every 10-15 times in a day, managing a small child was almost impossible. And it was only possible because of my family, my husband, my in-laws, my parents, because they took care of my child that time, and they took care of me. And there was a time I remember when, because of the steroids and the medicines, I had horrible mood swings. So I would suddenly get angry and throw stuff, throw dishes, and they would break. And people around me were supportive enough to understand. They were understanding that maybe this is a part of the side effects of the medicines. So they were very helpful, and they really took care of my child that time because I did not know what was happening to me and what was happening with me. And it was a very depressing time. So everybody helped. Everybody around me helped.
So besides family, what did you do yourself to keep you off the tension, to keep you off all this stress? I mean, this some part of stress. Did you try to handle through some ways? How did you cope with that stress, that helplessness, feeling of helplessness,
I think
and the anger?
it goes on its own when you see that people around are being helpful. That is what helped me, and also a little bit of meditation. But to be honest, I think it was when I started getting better, I started feeling positive, and then it was because when I was having those symptoms, nothing could make me feel better. That time it was a difficult time. It was only once I started getting better and there were no symptoms reduced, that's when I felt positive and I thought that okay, things are improving now.
Okay. So in one sentence or 2 sentences, what message would you like to give to somebody who's suffering from this disease, ulcerative colitis?
I would want to give the message that obviously it's not easy to deal with something like this because it's tiring both mentally and physically, but one can try to be positive, and there is a cure for it, so you must try it. And this is an autoimmune disorder, so there would be relapse, but there would also be remission. So you wait for your time, and then I think things will sort out. So it helps to be positive. Yes, you can try.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. So we have Aditya also, who is Namrata's husband, and we would like to hear from him also. So Aditya, how would you describe the feeling of seeing your wife suffering from this dreaded disease?
Depressed was very frustrating for us. Internally for us it was very frustrating time because there is nothing you can do to help your spouse. And all the medicines that we were giving her were in some way poisonous by making her gain weight or making her more and more irritable. So So that was very frustrating time for us also.
Okay.
But we knew that sooner or later this disease will be put behind us.
Okay.
And Namrata has very positive parents, and that helps a lot.
Okay.
And they took a lot of care of our boy in that time.
Okay.
We tried all the alternate medicines which made the disease worse for us. And there was a point of time for about a year when Namrata was eating only boiled bland food
Okay.
with salt and turmeric only.
Okay.
So it was khichdi, all 4 meals with rice, dal, turmeric and salt. And that's all she was eating. And she didn't want to eat that. That made her lose a lot of weight. But she was still gaining because of the steroids. So she was bulking up around her face.
Moon phase we call
Moon
it.
face. Moon face and buffalo neck. And that made her not want to meet people. And that further aggravated her depression.
Yes.
So it is important for the family to be patient. It's
Exactly.
important for the family to be very patient.
Exactly.
Easier said than done.
Exactly.
We got lucky that Dr. Seth gave us a chance. He said we were probably the 10th, or the first 10, we were the last ones to come into his program. And FMT has worked for us.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So, in a nutshell, we can say that it is a very dreaded disease, like many other dreaded disease.
yeah.
But at the same time, if God gives us this kind of problem, then He also gives us the strength to deal with it.
That's
also,
true. That's absolutely right.
and we have to hold on till that time.
Yes.
Till
To
we
hold on to that time, we have to pursue avenues which give you remission, and not just rely only on medicines, or say that if medicines are giving you remission at that point of time, to do nothing and wait to again go into a relapse like we did. We were okay with steroid giving us remission also, but the main idea is to have steroid free remission,
yes,
which we were not targeting initially.
yeah. That is the most important
That is the
aspect.
most important aspect,
of
to remove the heavy medicines like steroids and Azoran completely. Unfortunately, now Namrata will be completely off Azoran from next week onwards.
Next week onwards.
Okay. Very good, excellent. So I would now sum up with the final sentence that what doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
Yeah.
So we are much more stronger now, you as a patient and you as a spouse and the family support. So thanks a lot for your valuable time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.